we will be really, really supported during this eclipse. This eclipse is all about relationships. We have to move forward in our worth. That's also what Saturn is saying. Saturn wants Venus to move forward in her worth. Of course, there are compromises, but we are not talking about compromises that undermine our worth and values, right? Core value standards. Saturn wants us to keep the standard up, keep the standard high. Hello, my lovelies. Welcome back. Let me just fix this a little bit. Okay, here we go. We are talking today about the upcoming solar eclipse in Libra. Now, with the lunar eclipse behind us, we are in the middle of eclipse season, right? We are sandwiched in between the lunar eclipse and the solar eclipse. And we're probably very much in our feelings right now. I certainly am. So let's talk about this next eclipse. What is this all about? So first of all, it's a south node eclipse. It's an annular solar eclipse. What's an annular solar eclipse? An annular solar eclipse is an eclipse where we have the sun here, the moon is here, and Earth is here. So they're aligned, not like the last one, with the lunar eclipse, the partial lunar eclipse. Sun, moon, and Earth were not in proper alignment. Now we are in alignment. However, the moon is at its furthest point in its orbit. That means it appears really small and therefore doesn't cover the sun fully. That makes this annular solar eclipse look like a ring of fire eclipse, right? So the moon covers the sun, but not fully. So we see this ring of fire around the sun. And this eclipse is in an air sign opposing a fire sign. So I think this eclipse may be a little fiery. And by little, I mean, it could be a lot, depending on, what's going on for you in your life. But I think there is going to be a lot of fire. And I think the fire especially is going to be in the conversations we are having, because this eclipse is also conjunct Mercury. It's almost an exact conjunction. The eclipse happening in 10 degrees, Mercury is in 11 degrees of Libra right now. However, of course, Libra is not a super fiery sign, right? Libra is a sign that is searching for balance, trying to find balance, right? That's the theme of Libra. And that should also be the theme for us, right? Even though we will probably feel a little or a lot fiery, we need to remind ourselves that specifically in conversations with someone, other people, see the other side, see their point of view. It doesn't mean that you have to agree with everything they say, but respect what they say. This eclipse is a south node eclipse, but it is a solar eclipse. A solar eclipse is generally a new beginning, right? Because it's a new moon. However, we're talking about the south node. The south node is where we come from, right? And the north node is where we're going, energetically speaking. When we have a south node eclipse, a solar south node eclipse, we are asked to integrate something from the past so we can move forward. It's not necessarily, at least I don't really see it that way. I don't see it as a releasing, letting go so much. That was more the last eclipse. I think we are really starting something new, but we need to understand that something from the past needs to be integrated so we can actually get going fully, authentically, not half-ass, right? Like really fully. So this eclipse is ruled by Venus. Venus right now is in Scorpio. Venus is not a happy fella in Scorpio necessarily, right? She is a little angsty in Scorpio. However, she's getting a lot of help during this eclipse, a lot of help. And I love this for Venus. I mean, I love this for us, all of us, because the help is coming from the ones that we've expected it the least. What am I talking about? Saturn and Mars. Saturn is in Pisces right now, 14 degrees. Mars is in Cancer right now, 15 degrees. And Venus is in, we just talked about it, Scorpio. She is in 11 degrees. So Saturn says, okay, Venus, you've been going through a lot. Been going through a lot this year. Let me give you a hand. And Mars says, okay, I'm in it too. I want the best for us. I help too. So I couldn't be happier about this eclipse. I'm not saying that it's all rosy, right? It's still an eclipse and things may still happen that, you know, are a little harder on the heart. Maybe also the mind, because we are talking about Mercury here. But I think we will be really, really supported during this eclipse. Strongly supported. So for me, this eclipse is all about relationships. Relationships as in your love relationships, your romantic partner, your, you know, whatever, your husband, your friend, you know, your close friend, your business partner, even your parents. This is a relational energy here. We are talking about how do we deal with relationships? How are we going forward in our relationships? Are we going forward? Also, Venus is worth and value. Remember that. We have to move forward in our worth. That's also what Saturn is saying. Saturn wants Venus to move forward in her worth. Of course, there are compromises, but we are not talking about compromises that undermine our worth and values, right? Core value standards. Saturn wants us to keep the standard up, keep the standard high. So let's talk about each rising sign. I actually wasn't planning on doing that, but let's do it. Aries. So for you, this eclipse is happening in the 7th house. Now, this obviously has to do with relationships, right? You and the other. This could be you and your business partner, you and your husband, you and your long-term partner, long-term boyfriend, you and a close friend, even you and a parent. This is also an eclipse that will tell you if you've put in the work, right? Because Saturn rewards us. Once we put in the work, Saturn energy is rewarding us. I'm not saying the harder the better or the more the better. No, what is aligned? Aligned work, right? How aligned are you now with yourself? So therefore, how aligned are you then with the other? Or how aligned can you be, right? How authentically aligned can you be with your partner? Taurus Rising. So for you, this eclipse is going to occur in the 6th house. We are talking about health, we're talking about day-to-day routine, also your work-life balance, could be your pets, includes your pets as well. And there could be conversations about this, right? About your day-to-day routine, about your health, about how you have set up your life. Is it serving you? Is it healthy? Is it helpful? Is it moving you forward? And are you, do you need a new beginning? Do you need to start a new health routine, a new daily routine? Do you need to shift something in your work routine, your work-life balance, balancing things, right? We are in Libra here, finding more balance in your life, quite literally in the day-to-day. Gemini Rising, for you, this is all about the 5th house. So I think if you have children, we are talking about your children here, and something regarding your children could come up here. Again, I'm not saying this is something negative, could be positive, some news could come your way because Mercury is in here. Maybe you have to have conversations with your partner about your children because maybe, you need to find a school, you need to, they are a certain age, maybe you need to send them to the nursery, whatever, right? Conversations about children will be a topic here, but also conversations about your core expression, your creative self-expression. Maybe there's a new beginning in this area for you. Maybe it is time for you to take your hobbies to the next level, meaning making them a business. Maybe you want to start your own business, right? The 6th house also includes entrepreneurship. And maybe you're having conversations about this with your friends, your family members, your husband. anyone really, right? Conversations about what you want to do now, how you want to express yourself, how you want to take that to the next level. And like I said, Saturn is involved in a way in this eclipse. Saturn, Venus, that is ruling the eclipse, and Mars, they are in alignment. They are in a grand trine. So there is a lot of positive energy here, a lot of ease also, right? Like it will feel easier. You will feel like, oh yeah, I can do this. Of course I can do this. And of course you can. Cancer Rising, for you, this eclipse is in the 4th house. Now we are talking family, your home situation, where you live, how you live. Maybe you want to move, maybe you're planning a move, maybe you want to change your home, maybe you want to change something in your family, in your family situation. And maybe there need to be conversations with parents. But this is also about your private life, right? The way you live behind closed doors. What's happening there? And what do you want to happen there? Do you want to change something? Do you know inside of you that something needs to change and shift? Again, there's help here, right? Saturn is helping. Saturn is lending us a helping hand during this eclipse, right? Venus rules this eclipse, and Venus is helped by Saturn and Mars. This can be a very productive time too for us, all of us. Really, but especially for you in the 4th house, in your home. Leo Rising, for you, this eclipse is in the 3rd house. We are talking your immediate surrounding, your social circle. We are also talking siblings. We are talking your environment, your neighbors, your neighborhood, but also early life conditioning. Now, remember, this is a South Node eclipse, right? So something from the past needs to be integrated. So this could relate to past conditioning. It could relate to family members, your siblings, for example. Maybe you need to have conversations with your siblings about how to take something forward, right? In your family, but also in life in general. Maybe you have to have conversations with your neighbors. Maybe you want to move neighborhoods. Maybe you want to change your social circle. Or maybe you want to be more involved in your social circle. The core theme here is something from the past needs to be integrated in a healthy way so you can move forward. Something needs to be understood. And with Mercury here, I think this understanding could come through conversations. Then Virgo Rising, for you, my lovely Virgos, this is an eclipse in the 2nd house, worth and value, valuables, the way we transform or manifest our inner values into our outer valuables. How worthy do you feel to have what you want, to have what you desire? So this is really a beautiful time to move things to the next level, especially when it comes to your finances and when it comes to your work. Remember, the 2nd house is aligned with the 10th house and the 6th house, the axis of our purpose, I would say. You might want to take work or whatever projects you have going on in work to the next level, also monetarily, financially. This is a beautiful time to really step into your worth, right? Like that's really the message for you here. So what needs to be integrated? South Node eclipse, right? What needs to be integrated from the past so you can fully step into your worth and move forward from that place. Move forward in a way where you actually believe that you can have the things you desire. And I think this will, again, come through conversations, maybe with a loved one, maybe with your partner, maybe with a friend, maybe with business partners, maybe with your boss, maybe you're trying to get a raise. Finances, 2nd house. So next one, Libra, this is your eclipse. South Node eclipse in your 1st house. It's all about your direction in life. Where are you going? Where are you at? What needs to be integrated still from the past that then will help you move to the future, move forward? Is it something that relates to your family? Is it relating to your work? Is it relating to something you want to do in your life? For all of us, this eclipse relates to worth and value. This is an eclipse that is ruled by Venus, and Venus is the planet of worth, value, love, desires, sensuality. So we all are asked to look at that for ourselves. Are we truly aligned with our values and the values we have, the standards we have? Are they helping us? Are they hindering us? Are they taking us to where we want to go? What do we need to be more steadfast in? Maybe. I mean, I think that's more like a message for you, like being steadfast, being rooted into something, so you can really move forward from that place. Also, remember the first house is our identity. And, we go through identity shifts throughout life. And maybe this is a time for you where you've been going through an identity shift. How confident are you in that new identity? And where do you still need to, readjust? Then a Scorpio Rising for you, this is a 12th house eclipse. We are talking about endings here. We're talking about endings because, of course, this is the 12th house, right? But every ending is always a new beginning, right? We know that. So what is ending in your life? When we talk about an eclipse in the 12th house, we also talk about retreating. So maybe something you would want to do in the next few days, or maybe you've already been doing this, is like taking yourself out a little bit from society, spending some time on your own, readjust, realign, integrate the lessons from the last 18 years, 20 years. Maybe it's just the last 5 years. Utilize journaling, utilize meditation, yoga, long walks, whatever it takes, whatever you need right now to really feel like you can become steadfast again. You're ready. So to make you ready for a new beginning, for a new phase in your life. Allow yourself to integrate whatever still needs to be integrated. So you feel whole again, for lack of a better expression. But I think you understand what I'm saying here. And you remember Venus is in your sign right now. So Venus is in the 12th house. So I think there is a lot of I could see, I mean, it might not be true for everyone, but I could see that many of you feel a little anxious right now, not knowing, what's happening here right now. I know this is, something is ending and I'm glad it is ending, but I'm a little anxious. I'm a little anxious to where I'm going. I'm not feeling fully safe. And then ask yourself what you would need to feel more safe. What would you need in your life to feel more safe? Is it your friends? Do you need your friends close? Do you need to go away for a little bit? Do you need to take a break? What is it that you need that would make you feel safer? Then Sagittarius Rising, for you, this is 11th house, an 11th house eclipse. We're talking your community. We're talking your friendship circle, but also your hopes and dreams for the future, your legacy. The legacy you are building, the legacy you will leave behind. So we often find children here as well. I know children are usually in the 5th house, but remember, this is an axis, the 5th house, 11th house axis. So children could be a topic here as well. Maybe children are leaving the home and, you're like, oh, it's a new beginning. It's a new beginning. My kids are leaving. It's a new beginning, not just for them, but also for me. Maybe all of this now also changes something in your friendship circle, the community you're living. Maybe you're moving. So I think this could be a bit of a melancholic time, but I think it's mainly a happy time. Then Capricorn Rising, 10th house eclipse. This is clearly about your purpose work. And most likely this relates to what you do in life, what you do for work, right? Your professional life. There's a new beginning here. Maybe quite literally you're starting a new job, or maybe you are looking for a new job, or maybe you want to start a new job. Maybe it's a promotion, you're moving up the ladder. Maybe you want to go solo. Maybe you want to do create your own business. But I think for most of you, this will relate to your work, to your job, to what it means to you to feel purposeful in life. Then Aquarius Rising, for you, this is the 9th house. We are talking about your belief system, your beliefs, the beliefs you're holding in life, and how they then reflect in your life. The 9th house, of course, is also about foreign countries, foreign lands, adventure, going out there, getting a new point of view, seeing a new perspective, and then changing your beliefs, your belief system. So there could be a new beginning in that area. Maybe you want to go back to school. Higher learning is also part of the 9th house. Maybe you want to do your master's degree in something, or study something new. But I think this is, for you, this is something that really opens the mind, opens your mind, right? You really want to feel that opening of your mind. And I think this is like I said, this is like eclipse conjunct Mercury. So there will be a lot of conversation, but also there will be a lot of thinking here during this eclipse. We will be mentally very, very active. Then last but not least, Pisces Rising, my lovely Pisces. For you, this is the 8th house. Now, we are talking about your inner workings, your inner world, the deeper, darker layers, inner child healing, and how all of that relates to your level of worth, right? Your understanding of your own worth, your worthiness, and your values. And this could be shown to you through the other, because also the 8th house is the house of our partner, right? We find our partner's stuff in here. So maybe, through your partner's stuff, you are understanding something. And when I say stuff, I quite literally mean their stuff, but also what's going on for them. It's a synergy, right? You attracted each other, you allowed each other into each other's life to learn something here, to grow together. So now what does that mean for you? In your relationships, but also within you, for your life. Remember South Node eclipse? What still needs to be integrated from the past? What are you carrying with you and you're kind of hiding it? What have you not integrated? What do you have to get out into the light, look at, and then say, okay, that's been me. That was me. Maybe that's still me. But let me integrate it in a healthier way. Let me actually use it. Let me utilize it. Let me utilize it as a building block to where I'm going. And I think a lot of this will come up in conversations. Probably if you're in a relationship, in conversations with your significant other. Yes, also the 8th house is other people's finances. This could mean, an inheritance, or the tax man is knocking. Of course, it could happen, but I think this is one of the most positive eclipses that I've seen in a long time, right? This beautiful grand trine that we have between Saturn, Venus, and Mars is so helpful. It's so positive. It's so like, yes, girl, go, or, boy, do it. It's time. It's your time. It's that kind of energy that we're feeling. So I think, this could be a really, really rewarding time for you and your partner. So if you guys have any questions about this eclipse, I try to make this short as possible. But if you have any questions, please feel free to ask. There is a little blog post about this eclipse that gives you a few bullet points. I will link it below. You can have a little read later on if you want to. But yeah, any questions, let me know. If you want a personal reading, click on the link in the description box and book your reading. And yeah, anything else, I'm here for you. Ask away. I wish you a beautiful eclipse, and I'll see you in the next video.